In this video we are talking about how to talk with your partner about sex.
And how to deal with different sexual temperaments in a relationship.
Ahoj! Welcome to another Relationship Talk video with Simi and Danny.
On this series we are talking about any kind of relationship questions or problems coming from you.
And except of this kind of things, we are also doing vlogs, challenges, live streams, and maybe even a podcast soon again. So if you feel like, just consider
to subscribe and ring the little bell and go on the Instagram.
This time we got a question on Instagram from one of you guys. We ask you over there if you have something on your heart, if there's something what you want to know from us or just our opinion. And we got there the question how to deal with different sexual temperaments. Wow, this is a really hard word to say.
Yeah.
I think it's about like if you have a different kind of libido going on in your relationship.
Or if it's matching or not.
Exactly.
And what to do with it. And we were thinking long about it to make this video or not. We were also considering to save this topic for our podcast because there we are talking a little bit more open and so like here on YouTube. But we say we give it a try.
Yes, and it's fitting somehow to our relationship talks, and I think it is also a topic a lot of people are interested in.
Definitely. So let's try to break it down a little bit, give you some tips and maybe a little helpful advice.
From us.
The relationship experts.
The relationship experts, without any kind of school for it.
We are just having the school of life.
School of life. You're absolutely right. Okay guys, what does it actually mean to have different sexual temperaments? I think the libido is just completely different. Every person, it can be the guy or the girl, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
That one person is wanting to have more sex than the other.
Yeah.
To say
like
it simple.
one has like desire like to do everything and a lot and all the time and another one doesn't need it. And it's not necessarily meaning that one of it is good and one of it is bad. You just have to kind of look at it that it is matching, because if you are in a long relationship with someone over your whole life, then I think that sex is really like a huge part of a relationship.
Intimacy and sex is that important in a relationship that it can break it.
If you're talking about extremes, then yes.
We
will talk later, and the main part of this video will be how to solve the problem if you're somewhere in the middle of these two extremes. But I think if it's like extremely different, that it's like that person in whatever way is like completely blocked and cannot open or listen to another opinion or try to change or do something for it, then I think it is important enough that the relationship will not work.
We would consider us like on a good same level, right? I think so. So
we are lucky.
so that's in a way it's absolutely lucky, because you can fall in love with someone and he's maybe a little bit shy or have just a complete different
It doesn't have to be
yeah.
your fault or your partner's fault.
Exactly.
The most important thing is to realize why do you have that problem, because I think it's very important to know if it's like a temporary problem or if it's like not temporary problem.
Like
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a long-lasting problem you have in yourself.
Yeah,
maybe.
because it can be like you are just a person like that doesn't have like sexual desires, or like the libido is really low and you just don't want, and it's normal and it's you and that's how you are. Or you can have just like a period in your life. I went through it already a million times when it was like a week or a month or even like longer, when I just had like some problem or I lost a job or I was sick or like whatever can happen in your family, something sad.
You know, it can be still that the other person still wants and his libido is still good because he doesn't have, for example, this stress inside of him or so, but the other person just don't want it, and it doesn't mean that your levels are suddenly completely different. It's just as you said, a temporary thing, what is going on.
Yeah, you should not directly jump into conclusion like you changed, everything is bad, why you don't want. You love that person, and if you are in a relationship you should be understanding, you should be communicating. We will get to that later.
Absolutely, you should figure out what is actually the problem.
Yeah, you should still respect that person, and if the person is trying to explain you that it's a temporary problem, then I think it's a good ground to stand in a relationship to say, okay, I support you, it's fine, we can get through it, and even if you for a while don't have sex, then you will not die.
Yeah, I also think so. If someone is really that extreme that he cannot survive a while without, then it's also already a little bit maybe, thickish.
Yeah, that's like extreme. Then there is another problem why it could be like you don't feel like. It's like the self-love is not on the high level, like you are shy or embarrassed, or you just don't want to show yourself in front of another person. You don't want that you are seen naked, you don't want that the other person see or hear or whatever. You know, there are like so many different things.
I think it can even happen if you are already in a relationship and you think, oh, the partner don't even understand it maybe, because he thinks like, what, we are in a relationship already longer and I know everything about you, but there can be still some confident things going on or other problems where what puts the mood down for your partner.
Especially with girls, my girlfriends, you want to know and feel that your boyfriend or girlfriend, if you have a girlfriend, loves you and your body and thinks you are pretty, thinks that you are sexy, and it's like super important. And I know it can be shallow, but we just need it. We need it. We need to feel that you are wanted and that you are sexy. And if you feel
that your partner's hot for you.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah, it is. So it is.
So it doesn't have to directly lead to sex, but slowly it can build the confidence up if the partner is giving you like the vibes that...
The right vibes.
How is she?
Of course. I mean, of course, also guys like that, not just the girls.
Yeah, but me as a girl, I can say that it's helping a ton.
Of course, yeah.
What is helping you?
Oh my god, don't say that.
Right.
I don't need much.
There is one really huge and important thing, and I would link you guys. Maybe you've seen our video about how to keep a spark in the relationship. If not, then please watch it later. But I think it's like super connected with this video, because we are talking there about like tips how to keep the spark, how to keep the fire, how to keep the warmth in a relationship. And I think that's like really important. Like if you want to have sex and if you want that the partner wants you, then you should have that spark.
Yeah, and you have to have like this good relationship with each other.
Yeah, so definitely also watch that other video.
that you don't feel like a stranger to each other.
Definitely.
Also, right? So
yeah, you should have like that constant like electricity.
Yeah.
And of course, let's finally talk about the communication.
You have a partner, most probably you are close to him, so it is actually a thing you can talk with your partner about. That's first of all a thing I want that they know it. That is normal. That it's normal to talk about.
And definitely we understand that there are certain religions, that there are certain cultures where it's maybe not so normal or open, or it's still like a really big taboo to talk about this. I think if you have a partner that is like longer with you in a relationship, or even you are married, then you should find a way to open the door to talk also about this.
And I mean, you want to have a nice sexual relationship as well, right?
Yeah.
So one side has to start. So whoever is the bravest, let's say, can maybe say, look, we have a cool relationship, we have just this little difference here, let's talk about sex, or let's talk about intimacy if you don't want to use the word sex.
Yeah.
So you can, if you are then fine with it, to talk like one by one, really next to each other about it, then just start it slowly. Maybe you can just ask questions like, what do you think about sex? What is sex for you? What are things you are fine with doing?
Yeah, but I have to say, even this is already very straightforward and crazy thought for someone to talk about something like this so openly. Yeah. So I would like give you like a little tips like how you can make it happen, because I think that not everybody can like look at your face and talk about things like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Even we had sometimes problems, and we had...
In the beginning.
Yeah.
At least it had to be dark.
Yeah, but But that's exactly one thing, right?
Yeah.
You feel a bit more safer if you
Like-
don't see the person.
Like,
directly.
let's say you are in the bed, you are cuddling, you're hugging, you go to sleep or something, you have a nice time, or it's like some romantic time, or you're watching some movie or something, like the atmosphere is right, you know? And it can be dark, you don't even have to look at each other, you can just like lie on the guy like this and talk. Firstly, that you just feel not so embarrassed, you know?
But maybe even touching is already too much then in this situation. So
I mean, if you're like completely shy, like there is no way you can like say words out loud in this kind of way, then there is also one crazier tip. I know it's maybe
I think
stupid.
it's not crazy at all.
I know it may be stupid, you know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I know it may be stupid, but I think it can help a lot. And
I think it was an amazing idea Simi had. I think it's perfect.
I had an idea to like write about it, like chat.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's so easy, and nowadays the technology is there, so just maybe even go outside, or one is sitting in the bathroom and one is sitting on the couch or in the bedroom or whatever.
Or you don't even have to be together at home, you can also just do it randomly.
Exactly. And
But I know it's crazy. I know that some of you would maybe say, oh, stupid, everything has to be solved with like social media and phones and messages. But I have to say it can help a lot. We all know that we are more open through the messages, that we can say more. It's not so embarrassing. So, I mean, if you are like completely like shy and you cannot imagine to make it in person, then why not start over the messages?
yeah, respect and accept is a huge thing, because just because your libido is maybe so high or your partner's libido is so high doesn't mean
That everybody has to have it like that.
exactly, and you cannot just demand it like
Yeah.
that. You have to be very sensitive in this topic, especially when you have a very sensitive partner there. When you can so slowly start as well. It's like, would you like if I kiss your neck? You know, it
Yeah,
can be
anything.
whatever or so. You know, you
It
can.
doesn't have to be like dirty writing
Yeah.
directly, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
But like normal.
Yeah.
What could help that person that would want to have sex? Because it's very often happening, like you would want, but you just don't feel like, you just don't know how to get there to the point when you are horny and you want, you know? It's like sometimes hard, and like what that partner could do to help you.
The main thing, I think, to get a bit more loosened and to get into the mood is to get a bit comfy with yourself, you know? So that can be for everyone, of course, something else, but for example, like slow kissing. Depends what the other person, of course,
So
like. You have to know your partner.
build the
a little bit.
atmosphere.
You have to
a little
build
bit.
the atmosphere a little bit.
Okay.
You can make it romantic.
Maybe make some romantic gesture, exactly.
Or
Maybe
just an evening, a nice.
Maybe some movie night at home, bathtub with bubbles, or as a girl you can make yourself a bit ready. You can buy some nice lingerie or something. Like you can try a little bit to make that other person horny. I mean,
But
you can try.
But you can see we are starting to whisper already. No, absolutely, and I think also like small touches. I mean, even if you're longer in a relationship, but the small touches on the knee or somewhere where it's a little bit more, you know.
Nothing overwhelming directly in the beginning.
Yeah, you cannot just hop on
Yeah.
it.
Some people do that.
But you know what I mean. It's just like it can be very sensual also to just have like a little bit like stroking, or you know.
And you show that person that you love him how he is, and you give him confidence.
So yeah, I don't know if
Did
this,
you even give some kind of tip?
I also feel like I don't know if you did.
Except of write about it.
So yeah, I think in the end, the thing we want to tell you, and we tell it to you all the time, again and again, if you are in a relationship and you want to make it work, then talk with each other, talk about your needs, talk about your desires, still respect your partner and accept your partner and what he really needs, and
love
find
your partner.
Of course, it's always counting, and yeah, just find a way together. And if you really want to, you can find a way together.
Definitely you can.
Talk.
And maybe it needs time, and compromises and maybe trial and fails, who knows.
Hey, and that's completely fine.
Even on that you can laugh together, or you can just say whatever, we are not doing this, or
absolutely.
Sometimes it will not work and sometimes it will work, and maybe you can together find a way how to do it.
And don't take sex too serious. It's an amazing thing. I'm not saying nothing about it. It's an amazing thing. It is a huge part in a relationship, but don't take it too serious. You don't have to perform, you don't have to do nothing like over the top. Just have fun with each other, and also it can be also funny, as Simi said. We really hope you can take something out of this. If you think that we forget anything, or if you have another problem you want us to talk about in whatever way, it can be sexual, it can be not sexual, it can be just relationship related, then just write us. It can be completely anonymously.
Yeah, we are not mentioning the names if they don't want.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Check our PO box out. We are collecting postcards from all over the world from you.
And if you want to support us, then check also out our Patreon site, of course. And we want to thank our patrons.
Definitely, and that's Vlad,
Rado,
Ada,
Robert,
Tobias.
And that's it. Woo. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to support us in any kind of way, then right now click here on the like button. That also helps us a lot. Maybe let us a comment here to this topic, and we see you very soon.
See you in the next video, guys. Ahoj!
Ahoj!